So you want to sell your house. What's next, and what are sellers today facing that you need to be prepared for? That's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back to When Real Estate Gets Real. I'm Jake, and let's dig right in. There's no doubt about it. We are in a seller's market. Homes are selling within the first few days on market, oftentimes with multiple offers and above asking price. So if you own a home and we're considering making a move within the next year or two, you should take a hard look at everything because it might make sense to accelerate your plans. Interest rates won't remain this low forever, and waiting to buy your next home may come at a significant cost. But first things first, you don't have to make this decision alone. Just like you wouldn't handle a significant legal matter without consulting an attorney or make a major investment without consulting a financial advisor, you shouldn't make a decision about your home without reaching out to an expert. So you should have a real estate advisor that you trust, that's a local expert in your market, and they should be updating you with what's going on in that market and what's going on with the value of your home. Think about it, your home's an asset, it's an investment. And if you had several $100,000s that you were gonna put in the bank, you would hire a financial advisor to help you achieve your financial goals. And you would expect them to keep you updated with what's going on with your investments. That's no different here. So you should talk to your real estate advisor about what your plans are for the property that you own. Do you plan on trading up soon or maybe downsizing eventually? Whether that's a year from now or 2 years from now, they should clearly understand what your goals are so they can help you time your move just right. So in a perfect world, you've been talking with your real estate advisor frequently and they've been consulting and coaching you along, and you've decided that now is the time to sell. If not, that's step one, bring in an expert. The first thing they're going to help you do is establish a price. Pricing your home accurately is one of the most, if not the most important steps in selling your home. Too low and you leave money on the table. Too high and your house just won't sell. I get this a lot, especially now that the market is hot. Let's price the home high and we'll bring the price down later if it doesn't sell. And yes, home prices are rising and the market is super hot, but that doesn't mean that buyers are willing to overpay for the home. There are plenty of homes on the market today that aren't selling because they're overpriced. The fact is, your home is most attractive the first couple days it's on the market. Think about it. If you're a buyer and you know homes are selling within the first couple days, and then you see a house that's been sitting on the market for 2 weeks, two thoughts go through your mind. First, what's wrong with this house? And second, they must be getting desperate. What kind of lowball offer can I put that I know they'll accept? So the other fact is, dropping the price only shows weakness and invites lower offers. So you have to price your house accurately from the start. The next step is prepping your house to sell. You want your home to show like a model. So your realtor will probably bring in a professional staging consultant to advise us on how to make your house stand out. After that, they'll bring in a professional to take photographs and videos of your home that will be included as part of a detailed marketing campaign. That's right, your home should have a marketing campaign, which is not, I take pictures, I post it on the MLS, it gets uploaded to Zillow and Realtor.com, and I cross my fingers and hope that people find your house. The marketing campaign should proactively target potential buyers and get your home in front of them on all of the social media platforms and on Google and YouTube as well, because that's what it's all about, getting your home in front of the maximum amount of buyers as quickly as possible. Now it's time to go live with the listing. You should expect a flurry of activity the first few days your home is on the market. And during this time, you need to make sure that your home stays show ready. And I recommend taking a mini vacation the first few days the home's on the market, just so you can get out of the way of the potential buyers. And if all goes well, after a couple days, a buyer will put in an offer on your house. Better yet, you get multiple offers. And while this is a good problem to have, it can be a little bit overwhelming in the moment, and you might feel the pressure of time. So be prepared for this and set aside a specific time to go over all the offers with your realtor in detail. Your realtor will help you evaluate all offers and will explain the benefits and the risks to each one. You can then accept or counter any offer you receive, and your realtor is going to help you through those negotiations. Once you and a potential buyer have agreed on all the terms and signed all the agreements, you're now under contract. At this point, the buyer will normally conduct an inspection, and they may ask for certain repairs to be paid for by you, the seller, at which point we'll open up another round of negotiations that your realtor will help you navigate. If the buyer's financing the home, they'll also finalize the loan and conduct other due diligence such as get an appraisal once the house is under contract. So depending on the terms of the contract, your house will likely close about 30 to 45 days after you get under contract. So take that and everything else that we've talked about into consideration when you're planning your timeline to move. So you should plan for about 90 days from your initial consultation to the date that you want to close. So if you plan on selling your house in the spring, you should be talking with a professional today. Can it happen faster than 90 days? Absolutely. I've gotten a house staged, listed, sold, and closed in less than 40 days. That seller needed to sell his house because he was already under contract with his next home and he needed to move quickly, and so we did. But because there was so much to do in such a short amount of time, there was some additional stress. And ideally we can avoid that by being more deliberate and factoring in more time up front. Congratulations, your home is now sold. But where do you go next? You're now potentially a buyer in a seller's market. And that's the fear that a lot of homeowners have right now. And it's the reality that if you sell your house in today's market. But there are several approaches that we can take to get ahead of that. Your first option is to sign a contract on your next house first. And in order to do so, you need to either be able to qualify for a second mortgage or be able to take out a bridge loan. Otherwise, that contract has to be contingent on your ability to sell your existing home. And this is done all the time. However, in a multiple offer situation, from a seller's perspective, your offer will have additional risk than, say, another offer that doesn't have that contingency in it. So you might want to be prepared to be able to compensate the seller for that additional risk. The second option is to get under contract on your new house after you have a signed contract on your existing home. This is very similar to the previous example, except for there's slightly less risk to the seller because you already have a signed contract on your house. There still is some risk in the event that your other deal does fall through for whatever reason, and aligning both of the deals does add a layer of complexity. Your third option is to sell your house and request a rent back. So in this scenario, you actually sell your house, you close on it, you pay off your mortgage, and then you rent the house back from the buyers for some predetermined period of time while you search for your next home. This option allows you more time and flexibility to find your next house and submit offers that aren't contingent on the sale of an existing home. However, not all buyers can support this type of contract because they may be coming from out of state or they may have a lease that's expiring. Another option is to sell your existing house and move into a short-term rental. And the obvious downside to this one is you're going to end up moving multiple times, but it does provide you flexibility to search for your next house and allows you to submit competitive offers on that home that aren't contingent on the sale of your existing home. Bottom line, the market's super hot right now and interest rates are crazy low. So it makes sense to at least consider making the move now versus waiting a year or two where the cost of your next home will only be higher. If you want to chat about your specific home and your specific circumstances, please reach out. I'd love to chat. And as always, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll see you guys next time.